Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. My name is Steven aka Storm and we are back for some more of the Elder Scrolls Online Dark Heart of Skyrim as Reewish the Mighty Battle Lizard. It's good to be back in Skyrim. I've got a lot to go over today, so let's go ahead and get started on that real quick before we jump back into the story. Some of you might know that the next DLC for 2021 has been announced, and it is entitled The Gates of Oblivion, which will be our next year-long event. So I'm not 100% sure what that means for the chapter names. We'll see what... I'm fairly certain that the second half will be the Deadlands, if we don't go to the Deadlands in the first half. Because typically with some of the zones we've gotten multi-locations. We've gotten with Somerset, we got both Somerset and we got Artaeum. With Vardenfell, we got to visit Clockwork City briefly before we actually got to go there permanently, which we'll eventually get to in this playthrough. With Greymoor, of course, we got the Blackreach expansion. So yeah, we could go to the Deadlands as soon as June of 2021 when the chapter releases. Or we might not see the Deadlands until the second half of the year in whatever the Q4 update is for the chapters. The other thing I want to go over is that I am starting to set up my social platform as a author. If you watch these videos, I know some people do. I have a link over in my description or on my channel that links to my writer page. Give it a check out. I've started to post character bios for my characters so that way you can kind of get an idea of what the novel is going to be about. I might post excerpts and stuff once I get a little bit further and a little more confident in my writing. I'm probably going to get some major rewrites done at some point. I'm not sure how the plot is going, but that could just be my own nervousness, and I might be fine. But we'll see once it gets to the critique and beta reading phase. And I'll be continuing streaming, and I can answer questions about my novel and stuff. So if you're in the stream watching and you have a question about the book I'm writing, feel free to ask. I actually don't mind answering the question. I might wait until I'm done with dialogue to answer it, but I will try to answer any questions you have on it, as long as it doesn't wander into spoiler territory. It's actually going to be a series. So, all right. Well, with that out of the way, I've got all the little housekeeping items. Oh, actually, no, there's one more housekeeping item. Once we are done with Markarth, we are definitely going back to Orsinium, and I'm going to push through the main storyline. Because I don't know how long it's going to take us to get to the main storyline, I want to prioritize getting that done above anything else. Because a character that's going to be showing up in the next zone is an important character in the Orsinium DLC, so I want to get that done so that way that character and my character know each other when it comes time for next year's prologue quest, because I almost guarantee you she's going to be the prologue quest giver, and I would rather not wait. Alright, with that out of the way, let's head to the Way Shrine and get today underway. Hey, what's up, Kraz? Welcome to the stream. Been a while since we had you in here. How you doing? Doing pretty good. Can finally have some time to watch. I am doing better. I got a care package in the mail that included my anti-stress solution. So I'm feeling much better now that I can spritz myself with the anti-stress. And I'm working on my novel other than that. I actually did some edits on Chapter 7 right before the stream today. And I intended to start working on Chapter 8 this afternoon before Rim of the Frost Maiden. So, no, it's more like a, what's the term I'm looking for? you know, you take like the different solution, you take like the different oils and you diffuse them together into into like a liquid. You like rub it on your skin and inhale it. It's kind of like a essential oil. It's essential oil solution, and it helps relieve stress. The ingredients in it helps create a calming effect, and it really calms me down. Yeah, like a CDC oil kind of thing. Yeah, my friend has her own kit and makes them, and she during summer camp we call her the Potion Master or Batman because her belt is full of little packets of different essential oils. She's got her own bug spray. She's got her own sunscreen. She's got her own. She's got things for like muscle fatigue. If you've got any kind of ailment, she's got a cure for it. And she made them for me and sent them to me. So. Actually, I think half the reason that most of us counselors haven't just killed over dead during the week of camp is because we're being held together by her essential oils.
But we intercepted this letter.
A moment, Fenorian. The darkness has passed. Well done acquiring this letter.
Never mind the pat on the back, Verandis. What happened?
It's nothing. A distraction. Our friend has arrived, and we must not waste any time.
Count Verandis Ravenwatch.
The Dark Heart. The episodes grow more frequent. Each time the currents swell. It's like I'm losing myself to the darkness. We must uncover Radha's plans before that happens. Perhaps this coded message will tell us more about the Darkstorm.
Oh yeah, boy, I have. I was actually covered that at the beginning of the stream. I was talking about the DLC. I am really excited for that. It looked really, really good. Can you decipher the message?
I see that Radha has employed his mother tongue to obscure the message. I remember his language, and the Grey Host cipher as well. This isn't a dispatch. It's a letter. To me.
It's going to be a year-long. It's going to be a year-long event. Gates of Oblivion is not the chapter. It's the next year-long event. So 2021 will be the year of the Gates of Oblivion. That's like this year was the Dark Heart of Skyrim, and last year was the Season of Dragons. Next year is Gates of Oblivion, and it's the entire overarching theme for the entirety of 2021. Is he taunting us?
No, he's trying to persuade me. Convince me that his path is the right one. Prove to me that the dream we once shared is within reach. The letter outlines, in essence, the recipe for Radha's Darkstorm.
What is the chapter going to be in? That's a good question. We're not sure as of yet. They said they're going to officially announce it in January. So, but I've got a few guesses. Since it's Oblivion, it's probably going to be Singrid, a part of Cyrodiil. So more than likely, we are going to get an expansion to Cyrodiil, which is going to be a story zone and not a PvP zone, which I'm going to be so happy to have, because I know we got the Gold Coast, but that's the Dark Brotherhood, and honestly, I don't like the Dark Brotherhood quest line. But it'll be really nice to have. What's wrong? Yeah, you really do. You've gotten quite far behind. That's okay. I gotta speed through the Orsinium DLC. I gotta speed through the Orsinium DLC too, because you know the elf character at the beginning of the trailer, right? That was Ivry Sharp Elf. Hey Joe, welcome to the stream. Can we use that to stop it?
Not in and of itself. He wants me to follow in his footsteps, to see what he did and learn the truth of what he promises. In doing so, however, I will discover how to stop him. He's bearing his threat to me, confident I will not bite, but I must.
Where is he going? Where is he telling you to go?
I must seek a place in the Reach where the land was sundered from Tamriel. And I must study the void through night hollow eyes. Finally, I must learn about keystones in the Dar Zel. In my current state, I don't trust myself. Will you go in my stead?
Okay. I'll take this journey in your place.
I leave the course of the journey up to you, but these three will go ahead to assist you. Lyris to Understone Keep, Gwendis to the Night Hollow Archives, and Fenorian to the Dar Zel.
I'll meet each of them at the appointed place.
I'm sorry to put this all upon your shoulders, but it's better that I remove myself from this journey. You can see what Radha intends to show me with impartial eyes. Learn the secrets of the Darkstorm, and together we'll unravel Radha's plans.
This could be a trap.
That's a distinct possibility, but I don't believe Radha intends to kill me. At least not yet. He has something to prove. That need will stay his hand better than any armor. We don't have the luxury of ignoring his invitation in any case.
What? Welcome back. Why would Radha Al-Saran jeopardize his plan just to prove something to you?
Radha is a prideful man. When I deserted the Grey Host, it wounded him deeply. He wants to prove that I was wrong to doubt him. What he doesn't understand is that I never doubted what he could accomplish. I just feared what it would cost.
Are you sure it's a good idea to leave you alone? Leave you here alone?
If this is a trap, you're the one walking into it. But if he does return to the orrery while you're gone, I will buy whatever time I can. Until then, there are things I also need to accomplish.
What do you plan to do while we're gone?
I'll study the heart and the orrery. Try to learn enough so that we can make use of whatever you'll discover when the time comes. I will also examine my own condition. I must ascertain that I can control this darkness and not be controlled by it.
I have questions about our search.
Yes, of course. Radha didn't reveal everything in his letter, but if there's something I can answer for you, I will.
What's this lance under from Tamriel that you want Lyris and I to find?
That one is as much a mystery to me as it is to you. But Radha provided a clue. He said it was a place in the Reach. Who better to ask about locations in this part of the world than Ard Kadam? Meet Lyris in Markarth and seek the Ard's counsel.
What does he mean to study the void through Night Hollow eyes?
I can only speculate, but we know the Night Hollow clan had an intimate connection to the void through the Dark Heart. It makes sense they studied it over the many years that it sustained them. I noticed an archive in their keep when we were there.
Should I go with Gwendis to the Night Hollow archive?
Yes. See what secrets they gathered at the height of their power. I only hope that the archive has weathered the centuries better than the Night Hollow clan themselves.
Where do the keystones fit into the Grey Host's plans?
We know Radha needed a keystone to enter this chamber and calibrate the orrery to the Dark Heart. Go to Badar Zel. Fenorian will help you discover whatever secret awaits there concerning the dwarven keystones.
Alright, let's head out. Alright guys, who shall we go with first? Lyris, Fenorian, or Gwendis? I'll let you guys decide in the comments. Gonna take a moment to get back to the way shrine anyways. So I got one for Lyris. Okay, so 2 for Lyris. So, and since there's 3 people in the stream, we'll go and see what Lyris is up to. Oh, hey, welcome to the stream. I see we got a new person in the stream. Oh, and hey, Krez, the best part about my streams now is that they have drops enabled. I don't know if you were, I don't think you were here since that happened, but I guess because I've streamed ESO so much, they've enabled drops on my channel. So you can actually earn rewards like crates and stuff from watching my streams. Yep. And if I get so many viewers in the stream, I get a crown crate too. So I had 2 crown crates last week because I had so many viewers. Yes, definitely. I'm really glad they're doing that. Yeah, if you logged into my channel or you were streaming it on your own channel, then you sometimes get a random crown crate from watching or participating in the stream. I think you have to be Amazon Prime upgraded to get it as well, and then I think you have to have set up drops, because I know you have to enable drops, but if you've done both of those, you should receive drops from watching the stream.
Finally, someone who looks strong enough to actually help. They've gone too far.
If I remember correctly, I went up to the top of the screen and there's a little crown icon for Amazon Prime, and you had to go through a menu there to enable drops the first time, and because I originally enabled drops on my channel in order to get the bonuses from watching like the previews, because you know whenever they do their previews for Elder Scrolls Online, they always give out like a free pet or mount or something. There she is.
I've got bad news and worse news. Caddick and I already exchanged words. Most of
Damn it, Lyris.
The only agreement we came to was that he'd stop sending his stone hands to toss me out if I stopped breaking their noses.
You got into a fight with Ard Caddick?
It wasn't a fight until he sent his stone hands against me. Wasn't much of one after that, come to think of it. We got as far as Sundered Land when he shouted something about Mana Marco and called up his personal guard.
Mini Marco? What does Mini Marco have to do with all this?
That's what I was trying to find out. Caddick got all angry and said something about my head and a pike on the wall. Look, you talk to him. Maybe you'll have better luck than me.
I suppose Ard Caddick and I have a report.
Markarth would be a ghost town if it wasn't for you. If that doesn't earn you the courtesy of an audience, I can go back to breaking noses.
I'll present myself to Ard Caddick. Please don't break
The
noses.
Ard is in his throne room. We just need to know where to find the land sundered from Tamriel. According to Rada al-Saran's letter, it's somewhere in the Reach. Oh, and I'm not apologizing. Not to Caddick, anyway. Sorry.
What did you and Caddick argue about?
Mana Marco, Emperor Varen, Nord's Reachman, his flea-bitten beard. I can stomach insults easily, but I couldn't stand there quietly as he spoke ill of Varen while praising that traitor Mana Marco.
Okay, I can't stand praising the traitor Mini Marco, but Varen was kind of an idiot, to be honest. But yeah, I agree. Don't praise Mini Marco. He's a jerk. I don't know if I'll get in a better reception. I am technically a member of the 5 Companions.
Had my fill of Reeker's grace in my presence today. See, as I shed blood for me and mine, I'll give you my ear. Make it quick. My bile's up, and too much talk will likely make it churn.
I'm in search of land that was sundered from Tamriel. It happened somewhere in the Reach.
Ah, you speak with that half-giant's tongue. What business is it of yours? What I do with my land? I gave that parcel to Mana Marco years ago. It was his to offer to Molenbal, as he pleased. Why dredge up such dealings now?
I thought I stopped the plane mail. Shouldn't your lands have returned?
Aye. You and the half-giant both, so the crows say. Don't think I've not spied on you since Lady Belaine. I gave that land to Mana Marco, long before the god of schemes brought his wrath to your empire. The levers of his cult cast it to oblivion.
Did you know that they just got, or did you know what they had planned?
Mana Marco didn't call me confidential. When he departed, he said the failure here would forge his success elsewhere. I never saw him again. If you want to know his mind, you'll have to see what he wrought yourself. I'll open the way for you.
Where can I find the land you gave to Mini Marco?
There's a lift in Nichuan's cell that'll take you to the Sundered Land. I'll keep it sealed, for reasons that should be obvious. But I'll see you're granted passage. Now, off you go, and take the prickly she-wolf with you.
Why would you make a deal with someone like Mini Marco?
Not so long ago, rich folk ruled the Empire. We had our lands returned, and dignity restored. Then, we were driven back into the mud by the usurper. Mana Marco pledged justice for my people if I gave them shelter. A dark spirit's bargain, to be sure.
Do you regret your deal you made?
No. The usurper, Farron, lost his lands, his throne, and so much more. What Mana Marco promised me was given. If that don't sit well with you, I got no apologies to give. I can only tell you, that's where my dealings with the Worm King begin and end.
I mean, I suppose that's fair. Varen did kick your people out of the Empire, but still. Working with a worm like Mini Marco.
Got the information we need? Good.
Let's go, Lyris. You coming?
Did you get a location? Give me the details and you go on ahead. I want to chase down a few leads about the worm cult while we're here in Markarth. Shouldn't take long. I'll catch up.
Ad Caddick says we need to reach the place where the land was sundered by going through Narkenzel.
It's somewhere inside or beyond an old dwarven ruin. Wonderful. Good thing I brought my construct busting axe.
Isn't that your everything busting axe? What leads are you looking into?
Nothing I want to waste your time with, but I learned of a few places the worm cult used to stay in town. They're long gone, but maybe I can figure out what Mana Marco has to do with this and why it interests Rada al-Saran.
Caddick says Mini Marco offered the land to Molag Bal.
Oh good. This keeps getting better and better. Thought I was finished with Mana Marco's insanity a long time ago. Shows you what I know. Go on. I'll catch up to you.
Alright, let's go. Find the sundered land. What the heck happened to you? That's not right. Oh, no, never mind. Yes, that is right. Never mind, I know why those people are dead. They were killed in, the last chapter, or the last part of Markarth. I was like, why are their bodies still... Yeah, for some reason they didn't move the bodies, and you think they would, but they didn't, for some reason. Oh, hey, Kryze, have you seen the Cliffs and Caves update for, Minecraft? It's the Caves and Cliffs update. It's the one of the next big title updates for Minecraft. It's going to upgrade cave generation and cliff generation, as well as add some new ores to the game. I think copper is going to be added. If it's not, I think copper may have already been added, but there's going to be a new ore added. Yeah, it looks really good. I'm kind of excited for it. Yeah, I thought you may have been out of the loop. Oh, look, we're back in Cold Harbor, my favorite place in Tamriel. Technically not Tamriel, but, you know, my favorite place in the Elder Scrolls universe. Nern, I guess? Oh dear, it's a Titan, too. Your master has no power here, or at least not right now. He doesn't.
Rada al-Saran. This is our chance.
Pity. I wanted Verandis to see this place for himself.
They chipped off a hunk of this stone. If Rada al-Saran went through the trouble, we might as well too. Hey, there's another memento here. Like the one Fenorian found near Bethar Dams.
Gods, I can't get the smell of her blood off my hands.
It was a mercy. You know that.
I ruined her, Rodder, body and soul. I played God and Lysolda paid the price. I'm a damn fool.
A fool once told me there is no such thing as damnation. Only souls who have lost hope.
That's not fair, Rodder.
You said it with such conviction I could not argue. You have not forgotten our promise, I hope.
We'll seek salvation together. Thank you, Rodder.
Verandis and Rada al-Saran seemed pretty friendly back in the day. Did you know about that?
Yeah, I knew about that.
I don't know what a chunk of Oblivion or that memento have to do with Rada al-Saran's Darkstorm. But maybe Verandis can explain it when we get back. Speaking of which, did you know he used to be friends with our enemy?
We knew Verandis was part of the Great Host, but he cut ties with them centuries ago.
Then why is Rada al-Saran sending cryptic messages to Verandis? Even if he can't win the Count back to his side, these mind games may cloud your friend's judgment. I suggest we keep an eye on the Count, just in case.
What should I do now?
I think we've gotten all we're going to from this place. We should follow up with Gwendis and Fen about the other sites mentioned in Rada al-Saran's letter. I'll go back to the orrery and check on Count Verandis.
Alright. Alright guys, so we're gonna go check on Gwendis or Fenorian next. The big W? Well, that would be Gwendis, I guess, is the big W. But Gwendis is tiny. She's a wood elf. I mean, I don't know if you can call her the big W. No, Gwendis, sorry. So, you're voting for Gwendis? Okay, so I got one for Gwendis. Joe, do you have a preference? I'm gonna have to take a tum real quick. Sorry about this. Okay, and I'm back. Well, no reply, so we'll just go ahead and go to Gwendis, and I shall erect the spine of suicide and check on everybody's favorite shorty. Actually, come to think of it, I think I have another quest to turn in too. I should probably go and do that before I forget again. Yeah, I've had that quest for a while. I've probably had that quest since, if not last week, the week before. So definitely I should go turn in this quest.
Father, I beseech you, guide the wanderer swiftly back to us.
I'm sorry, it's been a couple
Master,
weeks.
Look! Your prayer has been answered.
Ah, the hunter returns once more. Hercene certainly favors you, my friend. What of the symbol of Urikenbeg? Were you able to retrieve it?
I recovered the symbol of Cianbeg. Here it is.
Excellent. With all 5 aspects of our Hunt Father represented, Hercene will recognize this shrine as sacred and true. Consider this place your sanctuary, my friend. You built it, as surely as did I and my apprentices. Take this with our thanks.
Alright, that's turned in.
5 relics decorate this shrine. For 5 are the aspects of Lord Hercene.
The 5 are all. The 5 are one. 5 are true and death in the woods. 5 must be revered.
The hunter Alrebeg. He brings new prey to our lands and hunts beside us.
Storybeg, the king of wolves. He brought us the gift of skin shifting to remind us that we are predators, not prey.
Gulabeg, the clever fox. He teaches us secrets, tricks that helped us survive the fall of Lork.
Rockabeg, the mighty bear. Between hunts he reminds us of the value of solitude, peace from labors, and the quiet strength of our mortal souls.
Finally, Urikenbeg, the great stag. His hooves drum the blood summons that calls prey from far and wide. We will fight alongside Hercene at the end of all days. These are the aspects of Hercene. 5, and no more. Hunt Father, guide us through this life, and know that we alone remember our purpose.
Alright. That's it. I'm actually looking forward to playing my werewolf character and doing some roleplay with the Hercene stuff. Now I still have an unanswered question in the form of where in the world is Harkin through all this? Because surely Rada Alsaron's plan would have affected him and his own vampires as well. You think they would have, either been involved or would have, tried to stop him in some fashion. Oh, also, Kraz, were you able to get Fallout First again? Not Fallout First, PlayStation Plus.
Over here. Night Hollow Keep is just ahead. Night Hollow Keep is down this path. The archive should be right inside. In writings we recovered from Lady Belaine, she mentioned a Night Hollow testament. That's probably what we're looking for. Just watch yourself. The place is locked down tight.
What are we dealing with?
Well, it's crawling with Night Hollow vampires. Not just the mindless, spooky kind. Looks like some of them got recharged when the Dark Heart woke up. They patrol the outer wall in shifts. One door in and out. It's locked, but they carry keys.
So we retrieve one of the patrols. We will leave one of the patrols with their keys.
You got it. I haven't been able to keep track of their comings and goings, so there's no telling which vampires have the keys. Attacking them could attract unwanted attention. If you want to find a more discreet way past that wall, by all means.
Alright, let's find a way into the keep.
Remember, get keys off the patrolling vampires or find another way to get inside. Either way, let's get into the archive. Find this Night Hollow testament and get back to Verandis, alright? I'll scout around on my own and catch up to you.
That's fair. Did you know the Night Hollow testament is what we're looking for?
Rada al-Saran wants Verandis to study the void through Night Hollow eyes, right? According to Lady Belaine's writings, the secrets to harnessing the Dark Heart's power, void power, could be found in the pages of that book. It's perfectly obvious.
And you're sure we'll find it here?
No, but we didn't find it after you killed Lady Belaine. We know she didn't completely trust Rada al-Saran. So where else could she be leaving it for safekeeping? If it's not here, I don't know where else it would be.
Yeah, that's fair. But a washer and dryer is a very good investment. So.
I'm off. If I see something that might help, I'll let you know.
Yeah, when I got my dryer, it was a really good investment. So.
Look how high that nether root's growing. Think it will hold our weight?
I think so.
That's a grey host Pentarch, probably after the same thing as us. What's that beside him?
It's a scroll.
That wasn't as difficult as I expected.
Darn it.
Now let's enter the archive.
To whoever keeps this archive, you are blessed, and yet your knowledge of the Dark Heart and the Void remain of use to me. The bearer of this missive must be allowed to copy passages from your testament relevant to my interest. I offer you a promise. Comply, and I will shepherd your clan to greatness when I reforge this world. I offer you a warning. Should you deny my Pentarch access to your archives, should any undue harm befall him, then I will visit such agonies upon you that even mortals will weep at your suffering. Your lady is dead. I have no patience for your vainglory. Rada al-Saran. Well.
As far as libraries go, the lighting in here is terrible. Hey, I bet that's what we came for.
Yeah, let me pick it up.
Done. Hey, why is this trinket over here glowing?
It's another one of those things that's glowing with auramancy magic.
This is feasible.
No, not merely a possibility, but the soul-binding requirement.
We can save our kindred from Cold Harbor's torment
and you quibble over the cost? Is your heart so cold?
Even if you returned our kindred to life, Molag Bal's claim to their souls would remain. Our contracts are inviolable.
Another obstacle to overcome.
You think the Prince of Domination is merely an obstacle? Rada, listen to yourself.
Kneeling when I should have stood proud was the greatest mistake I ever made. I will not repeat it.
Verandis keeps everyone at arm's length. Is this why? Even though Verandis told us about his time with the Grey Host, seeing these memories of him and Rada al-Saran together are kind of disturbing. Anyway, we got what we came for. Let's hope this creepy old book can help us stop the Darkstorm.
What do you make of the memory we saw?
I make that watching Verandis and Rada al-Saran get along like two acorns from the same tree disturbs me to no end. Just seeing them together. It's no wonder Rada al-Saran thinks he can convince Verandis to come around to his way of thinking.
What should I do next?
You should meet up with Lyris and Fenorian and complete those parts of this journey. Go to Pthazel, or Understone Keep if you haven't been there already. You need to do this for Verandis and find the rest of the clues Rada al-Saran left behind.
Alright, to Fenorian next. We're just gonna go ahead and fast travel. Hey, welcome. Is that your new account? Steph Plays One? I know you said you were looking at making one. Yeah, nice. So, how's everyone doing? I got your, I think I told you, but I got your package in. I actually used some of the, stress relief right before the stream. So my wrist smells like, lavender at the moment. So. I mean, yeah, like, I can't really, I was like trying to think if there's something that like would be obviously stand out, but yes, it's working on a lot. Thank you so much. It's been a really big help. Hey, welcome to the stream. I believe we got someone new in here. How are you doing today? The lost city of Valthanzel. Of course I know it. You think we Reach folk don't have legends, same as you? A silver city it was, home of the richest dwarf lords, and their metal beast. Bloduck? That's good to hear. Welcome to the stream. I'm glad to have you with us today. Yeah, you guys just moved to that new location not too long ago, right? What? Why did I freeze? Ow! Oh hey, I got a lead for a dwarven scarab head. I'll have to go pick that up later. Bloop, bloop. Nice. What kind of equipment are you getting for it? Like exercise bike, treadmill, Bowflex, things like that? All right.
I made some interesting discoveries while I was waiting.
Come on. There you go. Fenorian, I'm here.
Itharzel is more intact than the few other dwarven ruins I visited. I spotted a chamber that appears related to the Keystones. But more intact doesn't mean completely intact. The path ahead is blocked.
Joe, can you remove the bots from the stream, please? Seems like we've gotten infested by 3 of them at once again. If the path is blocked, how do we get to this chamber?
Therein lies the problem. My vampiric abilities make traversal somewhat trivial, but you can't follow. I do believe I've come up with a solution. Potentially. Theoretically.
What's your idea?
I noted numerous void portals scattered around the Tharzel. I understand you and Verandis encountered them before. I'm no expert on teleportation, but these should allow you to navigate the ruins and pick out a safe path.
Yeah, I sometimes get 2 to 3 a week, depending. When I first started streaming on Twitch, I didn't get any, but lately I've been getting 2 to 3 a week. Not sure why I'm getting more and more bots nowadays, but when I was on YouTube, there was this one day I got hit by like 5 bots within like 20 minutes. Thank you, Joe. I've used the void portals before. I'll find my way to the chamber.
May I suggest trying to reach the void portal at the top of that tower first? It seems like a good vantage point to survey the layout of this ruin. I'm sure you'll figure out a way past the blockage in no time.
Any other advice on reaching this chamber?
As Verandis explained it to me, the void portals sort of pull you toward their location. So finding a viable path across should just be a matter of trial and error. Assuming there's a void portal near our destination, you should have no problem.
Alright, let's find a path to the chamber.
It worked!
Alright.
I mean, of course it worked. I'll be waiting on
Yeah, I noticed Fenorian's not in any hurry to get to jump in the portal. Silly Fen. Nice. That's a good way to do it. Like if I'm busy and I'm doing something and I can't attend a stream, what I'll do is I'll set my when I can, I'll set my laptop up and just put the Twitch stream on the background so they get views when I can't be there. I didn't used to be able to do that for Joe's streams because Joe's streams used to be at the same time as I had Dungeons and Dragons. But now that I don't have that problem anymore, so I don't have to worry about that particular problem anymore. So, and I believe I have to drop down here. Yeah, I need to go to that. I need to go to that portal next. I believe I have to drop down here. Maybe that was wrong. Hold on. Oh wait, yeah, I gotta drop down over here. Got it. Wow, that one actually, that worked first time that trial. Last time I had to, last time I actually had to jump on the top of the little rampart in order to teleport here. Oh, it's a witch mother. Excellent. Or void mother, not witch mother. Oh, I got void essence though. That's good. Finn?
I had every confidence you wouldn't get sucked into some boundless void. The repository is just through this door.
Alright, let's get in.
Let's see what we can find. This looks like some kind of manufacturing equipment.
Yeah, probably for making soul gems by the looks of it, because there are soul gems everywhere that I can't pick up.
Look here. This resembles your keystone, doesn't it? The parts, anyway. I wager... What's this? More of Rada al-Saran's oromancy, I suspect.
Alright, let's click on it.
Are those my notes?
Brandis, forgive me. As ever, your genius captivates me. I had no idea you made such progress.
I'm still no closer to a viable solution.
You're closer than you think.
How can you know that?
I discussed your findings with a new ally. They claim it will work. Only your trepidation holds us back.
I thought you changed, that you sought penance. I won't participate in mass murder.
Our dream is within reach, and you're still concerned for the mortals. Verandis.
Oh, Rada. What are you thinking, Finn?
Verandis was aware of this plan, and he was its architect. I thought Zingalis, one of Rada al-Saran's
Uh-oh.
to return the Grey Host to life.
Okay, that was weird.
Why didn't he tell us?
Are we still live, guys? Can you still hear me? Because I just had everything flash out. Yeah, that was weird. Sorry about that. I don't know what just happened. I thought Exarch Tengalis corrupted Verandis' research, but the memory tells us a different tale.
Yes. And it's a darker story than we were led to believe. Not only was Verandis a member of the Grey Host and a close confidant of Rada al-Saran, he was also the architect of their rebirth. I hope he's truly ready to face him when the time comes.
What do you mean?
When we confront Rada al-Saran, it must be the last time. When the moment comes to end this, there can be no doubt, no hesitation. My father has to be prepared to see this through. That's a discussion for later. We should leave this place.
I agree. Let's leave. Alright, so we're returning to the Ori chamber, so we're going to fast travel. I mean, the two of you have used accounts interchangeably, so I guess it wouldn't be completely within the rim of thought if that he might be using your account if it was more convenient than logging into his own. Ow. Oh, you're using his account to watch the other stream. Yeah, yeah, that would be why he would think you were him.
The past is ancient history. Rodder's intentions were to sway me back to his side.
That's not good enough, Count. Why didn't you tell us that this was all your fault?
Father, it wasn't just your
okay.
research that let him revive the Grey Host. The actual procedure was your creation.
You don't understand. Please tell me you found out more about the Darkstorm. The others see conspiracies where there are none. Just past sins that I thought long buried. They say you found everything that Rodder wanted me to discover. Tell me about the Sundered Plan, the Night Hollow studies, and the secret of the Keystones.
I found this strange stone at the site where the land was sundered from Tamriel.
Remember the journey Rodder sent me on? The one you took in my place. It was to follow in his footsteps, to see how he reached this moment in time. This stone, it's a shard of oblivion lost in our world. How would that help him save the Grey Host?
This is the Night Hollow's testament. It's not written in a language I can read.
To see the void through Night Hollow eyes. Yes, it's written in the tongue of the first vampires. I can read it, but barely. In addition to other things, this is basically a spell book. It's full of rituals to appease and make use of the Dark Heart.
We found this unassembled keystone in the Barthazel ruins.
Was the point to show me the inner workings of the mysterious dwarven keystones? We know Rodder used one to link the Dark Heart's power to not only the Orrery, but to the Grey Host as well. I can feel the pull of the heart just thinking about it.
How does any of this help us stop the Darkstorm?
What you discover doesn't tell us much about the Darkstorm. At least not yet. But the picture is beginning to form in my mind. Rodder's letter provided one more clue. He claims to have a laboratory inside this very structure. We just have to find it.
Rodder also runs a laboratory? I thought he left that sort of thing to others.
It's true that Rodder often relied on myself and later Zingalis to handle his research and experiments. But he wasn't without his own skills when it came to arcana and alchemy. I suppose, during his long isolation, he had to increase his aptitude.
Is it safe to leave the Orrery unprotected while we search for the laboratory?
Who would remain behind that could stand against Rodder? I fear that even together we would be hard-pressed to stop him. We'll need every advantage for the end battle, should it come to that. Perhaps if I can learn how to call upon the darkness.
How are you dealing with the connection to the Dark Heart?
The darkness crashes against my mind like waves slamming into the
don't know
shore.
if you can connect them.
It could be distracting. I can function normally, with the occasional need to pause and let the sensation pass. I can't get control of the darkness, but I haven't been idle.
Yeah, that would be a question for Krasman Gaming, who's in the chat with us. He does more Twitch stuff than I do. He would probably know if it's possible to connect the two Twitches together. Kraz, do you think it's possible? Is it possible to connect two Twitch accounts together for like a family? Do you know? What have you learned?
Using my auramancy, I turned the magic on the orrery itself. I learned much about how the orrery operates. It's quite fascinating. I also ascertained the approximate location of Rodder's laboratory, but a more thorough search is required.
Alright. Let's go and find this laboratory.
Come, Raven Watch, Titanborn. We can't let the specters of the past distract us from our mission.
Very well, Count.
Oh, You just know Lyris is gonna make sure there's a reckoning after this is all over. Thank you, Kraz. I appreciate you. Oh, thank you. That could be why I got a whole bunch of viewers coming in. Thank you so much. I know you get a lot more viewers than I do. I didn't know you could do that. That's really cool. That explains where some of the new numbers came from. Thank you so much.
I'll remain by your side as we search.
All right. Night Hollows. Oh, wow. Why do vampires have a mirror on the wall? Just saying.
A moment. I sense Rodda has been this way.
Okay, so, and that's unfortunate, but I mean, you think they'd have something like that though, so that way children can have a Twitch account connected to their parents?
Careful! That Night Hollow vampire radiates with the power of the Dark Heart.
Oops, that was a waste. I was meaning to save that for Rada Al Saran. Oh well.
Witness what a taste of the Dark Heart can do.
Here he comes. Yeah, I get what you mean. Like on YouTube they have, or not YouTube, but on like Netflix they have children accounts and they have parent accounts. Or profiles. Like they have children profiles and they have parent profiles, yeah.
Rodda's laboratory. I see he's adopted Zingalis' methods. Yes, this is it. I can feel the echoes of Rodda's work here. Rodda has taken my research in directions I never imagined. Dwemer machines, Night Hollow rites, Reach witchcraft, all arrayed around that pedestal.
Can you make sense of it?
Yes. I'm beginning to see how the pieces you retrieved fit together. He's building a bridge through the void. The Oblivion Shard serves as a lodestone to point to his destination, but Cold Harbor is precisely the place he would want to avoid.
Why is that?
Rodda has always sought to escape Molag Bal's hold on his soul. Cold Harbor is the place where Bal's power is absolute. Makes no sense. Unless Cold Harbor isn't his destination. Gather the others. We need to recreate Rada's ritual.
Alright, what do we need to do?
Fenorian will reproduce the Reach alchemy while Gwendis performs the Night Hollow rites. You must manage the Dwemer machines controlling the tonal, etheric, and kinetic energies. I will attempt to scry the stone and direct you accordingly.
Tell me more about what I need to do.
These Dwemer devices, they are similar to pieces of the orrery itself. They manipulate various cosmic forces, tonal, etheric, and kinetic, to chart the expanse of the void. We must keep these forces under control for my scrying to succeed.
How do I do that?
The components you retrieved from Bathar's Zell showed me that the keystones consist of these same sorts of devices, just on a smaller scale. As I conduct the ritual, I'll indicate what parts of the process require your intervention. Be on your toes.
What are we trying to achieve by doing this?
Rada pointed us to the means and method of recreating his work. There's something he wants for me to see here. And I believe the only way to truly understand what he's done is by repeating it ourselves. I only hope the risk is worth it.
What risk?
We are attempting to harness forces never intended to be combined, to peer into the infinite, churning chaos we call the Void. I only suggest we try because it appears Rada has proven it can be done. Besides, we have no other choice.
Tell me more about what I need to do.
These Dwemer devices, they are similar to pieces of the orrery itself. They manipulate various cosmic forces, tonal, etheric, and kinetic, to chart the expanse of the void. You must keep these forces under control for my scrying to succeed.
How do I do that?
The components you retrieved from Bathar's Zell showed me that the keystones consist of these same sorts of devices, just on a smaller scale. As I conduct the ritual, I'll indicate what parts of the process require your intervention. Be on your toes.
Alright, so we're gonna proceed with this. Yeah, I wish I had known about the auto sharing hosting. I would have set it up for Joe and Khan's channel already. I'll definitely do that.
Now to begin, start by adding etheric power.
Let's see, that's kinetic, that's tonal, cascade, and this is etheric. Okay.
Now, quickly, I need more kinetic power.
Activating kinetic power.
Now, some tonal energy.
Releasing tonal energy.
It's catalyzing too quickly.
Quickly, help Fenorian. We're losing kinetic energy. I need more.
I'm heading there.
I need an influx of etheric power. Gwendis needs your help with the Night Hollow rite. Just the tonal frequency, quickly. We almost have it, just a little more. I'm losing control of it. Reduce the kinetic energy. The Night Hollow rite is surging. Help Gwendis. Tonal harmonics are in discord. Change the output. Fenorian, we'll need the alchemical reaction soon. Recalibrate the etheric power. It's too little. The kinetic mechanism is off balance. Set it right. We're close. Help Gwendis with the Night Hollow rite once more. Catalyze the Reach alchemy now! Initiate the tonal cascade and hang on! I can see it. I can see everything.
What'd you see, Verandis?
Rada found it. A piece of land sundered from the Reach, caught between Mundus and Oblivion. It is both and neither, outside the grasp of Ball, Or any prince, for that matter. He plans to gift the Grey Host with his sanctuary.
For what purpose?
Don't you see? In their own realm, free from Molag Bal's tyranny, the Grey Host can live forever. And with the connection to Mundus and the power of the Dark Heart, their conquests might never end. And now I see the purpose of the Dark Storm.
What do you mean?
The Dark Heart. Rod is drawing on its power. I can feel it tearing away. To the orrery. Hurry.
I'll get to the orrery as fast as I can.
To the orrery. Hurry.
Alright, now we're in the end game, boys. Where's Abner Tharn with our portal full of reinforcements when we need it? A portal opens and just a cocky Imperial steps out and says, "Okay, Strange, let me show you how a real portal works." Confront Rada Alceran.
Don't make me fight you! This is the chance you never thought possible. The door to our salvation stands open, Verandis. Come, finish what we started. All will be forgiven.
Rada, don't do this.
The void energy is consuming you, Verandis. I can show you how to control it. Just follow me.
What happened? Where'd the bastard go this time?
He's gone, Lyris. To the one place where he can complete his plan. I understand it all clearly now. Rada has opened the gateway to his sanctuary. In that distant realm, he can summon his Darkstorm using the power of the Dark Heart. He'll consume the Reach to fulfill his promise.
Consume the Reach, that doesn't sound good.
No. Not good at all. The Darkstorm requires power on an unprecedented scale. Darkness that will cover the Reach and send every mortal soul it touches into the Dark Heart. In turn, the power of the Heart will flow through the orrery to feed the storm.
By the way, I might point out to everyone in the comments, we now have 69 comments. Nice. But what will the Darkstorm do?
It will tear the Grey Host from Molag Bal's clutches and preserve them for eternity in his sanctuary realm. Death will become as much a petty inconvenience to them as to any Daedra. They will become truly immortal.
How do we stop the Darkstorm?
To end the Darkstorm, once it's begun, I need to enter Rada's sanctuary realm and take control of the ritual. I can't ask you to join me, but I won't dissuade you if your course is set. Just know that I can't guarantee you'll be able to return.
How do we enter Rada Alceran's sanctuary realm?
Rada showed us the door, and we forged the key. I have to follow. I have to stop the Darkstorm, for as you have seen from Rada's auramancy, this monstrosity is my creation. Whether you decide to accompany me or not, know that I value our friendship. Rada has started the ritual in his sanctuary realm. I can feel the pull in the darkness. Soon the Darkstorm will consume the energy in the Dark Heart. Then more people of the Reach will die to feed the Heart and power this apocalyptic storm.
How do we get to the sanctuary realm?
Rada aligned the orrery in order to make his escape. Use the keystone on the dwarven mechanisms that control it. That should open a breach we can travel through. Then, maybe, I'll have a chance to stop this storm I created.
You said the Dark Storm is your creation?
I never intended my theories to be turned into reality. In my research into a way to grant mortals the same immortality as vampires kept leading down dark paths, I abandoned it. I should have also destroyed it. Rodder corrupted it for his own ends.
I'll look to open a breach into the void.
When you're ready, activate the mechanisms on each of those platforms in sequence. This process should be less risky than what we attempted earlier, I believe.
You believe?
Rodder has already aligned the device to point to our destination. Theoretically, we need only reactivate the orrery to open the gateway. Be on your guard, nevertheless.
Let's activate the orrery. Etheric beacon. Activated.
Shall remain here.
What? No way.
Someone must keep the orrery in operation. They give me an earful when you return.
I'm holding you to that. Understand? You're really just going to hurl yourselves through the void and hope for the best?
Seems that way.
I was really hoping Varadis had something tricky up his sleeve. I guess there's nothing left to do but smack Rada al-Saran in his self-righteous face. You just bring Varadis back. Promise me.
Should I say I'll do all I can, or I can't promise that any of us will return? Okay, that's one for all I can. I'll give it till the top of the minute, and if there's not another response, we'll go with I'll do all I can. Okay, we got 2 for that, and we really only had about 3 people. Ah, darn it. Wow, it is really blinking out on me today. Alright, we're going to give it another 10 seconds, see if anyone else wants to say something different. If not, we'll jump in. So, oh, there we go.
You better. The only reason I'm agreeing to stay behind is because you're going with him. I can count on one finger the number of people I trust with this.
I can count on one finger.
We'll be waiting to hear all about it when you get back.
Oh, it's my favorite vampire shorty getting a little emotional. Until then, Gwendis.
Well, this is it. The portal that leads to Rada al-Saran, to the Darkstorm, and to the end of all this. Whatever that is.
Well, for you it's the end of all this. For me, it's just another day on the office. Will you and Fenorian be alright here on your own?
Now you sound like Varandas before a trip. I swear not to wreck the place while you're gone. And if the Grey Host shows up to start trouble, I'll stop them from wrecking it too. So get going already before I change my mind.
Shame Medusa isn't here. Fenorian.
I can almost understand it. Rada al-Saran's desire, I mean. The unpleasantries of living with this curse have haunted me a long time. The thought of what awaits me in the afterlife fills me with no less dread. Anyone would seek an escape.
Are you tempted by Rada al-Saran's offer?
I'd be lying if I said no. But the price of salvation is too high. Rada al-Saran will doom thousands of souls to fates worse than death so that he and his chosen can escape. I don't need an eternity with that on my conscience.
Rada al-Saran will answer for all he's done soon enough.
You and my father will see this through. I know it. Just come back, all right? Both still owe me a proper reunion.
I'll do my best.
I'll do all I can to keep the orrery in alignment. I don't know how long it can sustain this. I don't believe it was designed to have this amount of power coursing through it.
You're saying it wasn't meant to be a gateway?
fairly certain the dwarves built this as an observatory to chart the void. What we're doing is more akin to plunging a telescope into a fathomless depth, so we can slip through the tube without getting wet. Let's hope it doesn't spring a leak.
Alright.
This is it then. Everything that happened in Windhelm, Solitude, Markarth. It all leads to this. To Rada al-Saran.
We've been through a lot together, Lyris. Are you ready to face Rada al-Saran?
More than ready. I've sworn my blade to thrones and causes, but my blood and bones are no. If Rada al-Saran thinks he can ravage my homeland and get away with it, he's about to be very wrong. Besides, who else is gonna watch your back?
Miranda said we might not come back from this.
Trying to scare me off? I know what we're getting into. But if we do get stuck in some lost realm of oblivion, I could think of worse company. Now, let's stop the talk and kill this bastard.
Aw, thanks, Lyris. I would rather, if I got stuck in Oblivion with someone, it would probably want to be you or Saisahan. Agreed.
Can't say I'm looking forward to another romp in Oblivion. I've seen enough of the place for 10 lifetimes. Let's make this a quick trip, alright?
Any guess as to what we're charging into?
Every place I've visited in Oblivion has been different. Chains and machines for Molag Bal. Endless libraries for Hermaeus Mora. Each realm shaped by its prince. But Rada al-Saran shows a place beyond their reach. Guess we'll soon find out.
Yeah, it's a very different game, but I really enjoy Elder Scrolls Online, so... Mirandus.
We are about to travel into the unknown. Take a moment, speak to our companions. Make whatever peace will calm your soul. When you're ready, we shall enter the portal together.
Anything you want to say before we go?
No. Nothing else needs to be said.
I know this is deeply personal to you. I'm offering to listen, that's all.
I have worked all my life to atone for the hubris of my first years as a vampire. Rada went to great lengths to remind me of my damnation. And I still can't control the darkness racing through my blood. I may not be able to do what must be done.
I heard there's no such thing as damnation, only people who have lost hope.
Those words keep returning to haunt me. They never fail to make me feel foolish, both for having said them and for doubting them. Things may look hopeless from here, but there may be a better vantage on the other side. There's one way to find out.
I'll be right behind you.
The portal into the Dark Heart stands open and waiting.
Oh, that's fair.
Just hope it leads where I think it does.
What's the other game? Is it like Call of Duty or something? Are you ready to face Rada al-Saran?
As ready as I can be. I don't have the luxury of walking away this time. Let's get moving. The more active the Dark Heart becomes, the harder it is for me to concentrate. It's like a constant barrage of noise I can't hear, but I can certainly feel.
How does the Aura work exactly?
Exactly? I have no idea. But Rada aligned it to open a specific destination. I can sense the dark storm gathering. So we must have reached it. Of course, the chaotic forces of the void may change our trajectory and hurl us into the vast.
I'll hope for the best. Alright, let's do this.
Back before Fenorian gets moved. Don't make me come in there after you.
Alright, once more into the... Oh, Cyberpunk, nice. Yeah, these are two very different games. The Dark Heart, enter. Now, I believe this is a solo realm because I've never... Greyhaven, I believe this is a solo realm. I've never seen another player here before. True immortality. That is the promise I made to my Grey host. That is the promise I will keep. Rada al-Saran, the Ashen Lord. Look for your companions. Well, it definitely looks like we've ended up on Cold Harbor or something similar to it. I hear you, Lyris. Where are you? There you are.
There you are. Damn shades are everywhere. Where's Verandis? You don't know how glad I am to see you. Thought I might have been the only one to make it to this ugly hunk of rock.
Where are we?
Rada al-Saran's sanctuary realm, I hope. Doesn't look like much, but it's got more charm than Cold Harbor. It does kind of remind me of Molag Bal's realm, though. That's probably the plane it was melding with before it got stuck between worlds.
Any sign of Verandis or Rada al-Saran?
You're the first thing I've seen aside from those shades. They aren't tough, but they'll overwhelm you if you aren't careful. You and I should be fine, but Verandis won't last long on his own. Not in his condition.
Where are we? Oh, I already asked that. Alright, let's go. Build up as much ultimate as I can. Since I wasted some of it on that one boss.
Gods. In the sky. That must be the Dark Storm.
Yeah, I agree. It definitely looks like a dark... It looks like the Hair of Storms.
Let's follow the storm. Hopefully Verandis will do the same.
Brother, stop! I don't want to fight you! Look at you, Verandis. The dark heart is overwhelming.
Well, that's a dead end.
The Dark Storm must be working. Verandis is in trouble. We have to hurry.
Rada.
Oh, right. I forgot you can't approach from this angle. Darn it.
Salvation is within our grasp. All you need is take hold.
Don't you do it, Count. Don't you dare.
Welcome back to the party, Void Mother.
host will be an unstoppable force. Nothing will be beyond our reach.
Rodder, your dream was never mine. It ends here.
Verandis, we are nearly free. Verandis! Join our forsaken kin in Moloch Baal's teeth, you traitor!
How dare you?
Watch as I destroy everything you cherish.
Come, Rada Al-Saran, I have been waiting for this. You talk a big game. Oh, well, there's his Shihai. He brought out his Shihai.
What to take first? An arm? An eye? Drown in the blood of your betters. I owe you a cup for every one of my fallen kin. I'll draw the boundaries of my kingdom with your blood.
Watch out, partner!
Blood, blade, and soul as one.
You are a poor excuse for a Yakuden.
I'll draw the boundaries of my kingdom with your blood. Soon your blood will run as cold as my own.
Not finished yet.
Never win through brute force. We need a new strategy.
But you think of a strategy, I'm going to keep him busy until then.
March, my legion, and win your salvation.
Dark heart, tugging on those souls. Strike down more of the Grey Host. I'll need more souls to cage Rodder again. Continue to slay the Grey Host. That's it. Keep feeding their souls to the Dark Heart. I can use this power.
No, 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 no! I can't get out. There we go. Yeah, having low stamina was definitely not a boon right then.
We exhausted the trapped power. Send more souls to the Dark Heart and us. All of the souls are collected and must be released. I've woven a trap. Bring Rodder to me.
Come on, Rada Al-Saran.
Betrayed against me. The Ashen Lord calls you to serve.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Lyris is flat on her back right now. She can't help us, so Lyris is down for the count.
Goodbye, wretch.
Come on, summon more of your minions. Thank you. See, not only are these feeding souls to Verandis' great, the Dark Heart for Verandis to use, but it's also giving me ultimate to hit you with once the trap is set up. Come on.
How can you turn the Dark Heart against me?
Oh no, not this again.
Sometimes this power almost is worth the price I paid.
We got him! Unlimited power! And they fixed that ultimate too, so it's no longer broken.
Goodbye, Rada. I wish I could have found salvation for us both.
Good riddance, Rada Alceran. Enjoy Cold Harbor.
The Darkstorm races. I must take control.
It will kill you!
If I don't stop the Darkstorm, then my death will be the least of our worries.
We already living space here.
It's everything Rada said it would be.
Yes.
I see. I can't end the Darkstorm. Not yet. You and Lyris must go. While I still possess the power of the Dark Heart, I can open a gateway to the orrery. Return home.
You aren't coming?
I can only control the Darkstorm from here. I understand now what must be done to stop it. I can use the power of the Dark Heart one last time. When I am finished, the energy will be gone, and our gate to the orrery will be closed. You understand?
There's no other way?
Not any that can make everything right. I brought about this tragedy through my naivete, through my selfish desires, through my damn ideals and curiosity. It's my time of reckoning, not yours.
I understand.
Feels like I got stepped on by a mammoth, but I guess that means I'm alive. What's going on? Why is the Darkstorm still going?
When Verandis stops it, he'll be trapped here. He's staying behind.
Damn. I take back every bad thought I had about the Count. He's got conviction to match Sai Sahan's. We should go while he's still got the strength to send us back.
Alright. Goodbye, Count Verandis.
This is farewell.
I don't want to owe you, Verandis!
Have faith. Rada's last gift.
The demonic chicken is still in the Darkstorm. It's trapped forever. Yes, the demonic chicken is trapped in Greyhaven forever. We'll never see the demonic chicken again. Woo! It has been contained, boys. No more demonic. Oh, popsicles! Popsicles! It's back.
I'm staying behind. I'm sorry.
He's staying. No. Promised. He promised me.
It was the only way.
He's glaring at you. He's like, there is no escaping me.
Verandis must have done it. He stopped the Darkstorm.
Arana.
Arana?
I can breathe. I'm alive?
Well, that's surprising.
I'm no illusion. Flesh and blood. Alive as can be.
How can that be?
I can't say myself. I remember being here, in this room. I remember the wound. Then nothing but a cold, icy current dragging me under. Drowned for so long. Until a warm hand fished me out.
Who?
I couldn't see. Everything was just warm.
Never escaped the chicken.
There was a voice, though, guiding me, calling me back. It sounded like Verandis.
Veranda's brought you back to life?
As I live and breathe, it was Verandis who led me here. I don't understand much of what occurred, but of that, I'm certain. That, and I didn't come back alone.
You saying others came with you?
There were a great many others drowning in that icy current. I'm certain I wasn't the only one pulled ashore. It's just a feeling, but a strong one. I want to see if that feeling speaks true.
Where are you headed?
Markarth. That's where the spirits call me now. I have no fondness for the place, but that's where my people need me.
About the last time we saw each other.
You did what you thought was best, and the price I paid has been returned. None of us could have imagined this is where our path would lead. But I've no complaints with the outcome. No complaints at all.
Alright.
Markarth. That's where the spirits
Oh yeah,
call
we've...
me now.
Alright.
Did I hear you right? Verandis brought that woman back to life? Not just raised her from the dead, actually restored her body and soul?
That's what Arana claims.
Was that what the Count meant by making it right? He didn't just stop the Darkstorm. He used it to free the souls from the Darkheart. We've got to get to Markarth.
Why all the sudden urgency?
Isn't that where Rada al-Saran harvested souls for the Darkheart? If Verandis released them all, maybe Arana's right and she didn't come back alone. That's something we should see for ourselves.
I understand.
You go on ahead. Ben and Gwendis could use a moment. I'll make sure they make it to Markarth safe.
Do you really think Verandas could restore Markarth?
Just bringing one person back should be impossible. Sort of divine intervention. But we saw the Grey Host manage it more than once. If the Darkstorm was anything like the Harrowstorms in Western Skyrim, it just might be possible.
Just go, please.
Oh, Veranda. Or Gwendis.
I hope you're right. If Father managed to undo some of the harm the Grey Host caused, I know he'd be at peace with himself. Wherever he is.
Returning to Markarth. Well, my Witch Mother's Potent Brew wore off just at the right moment, like right after we finished fighting Rada al-Saran.
I was hoping to catch up. You hear that? Markarth is celebrating.
Yep. Everybody who is dead has come back to life. There are no more dead bodies lying around.
That magnificent bastard really did it. He brought them back.
He said Rada gave him hope. Do you think this is what he meant?
The Count enjoyed his mysteries, but yeah, I think so. When we started this, I thought the best we could do is pay al-Saran back for the lives he stole. Guess I should have set my sights higher.
What's next for us?
We rest. With Rada al-Saran dead, the Grey Host is finally buried for good. We couldn't have done it without you, partner. So eat, drink, find some company for your bed. Tomorrow, we'll probably have to do this all over again.
Yeah, I feel you, Lyris. The work of a hero is never done.
It may seem odd coming from a Nord, but I'm glad to see all these Reach folk alive and well. They seem content, but I'm sure they wouldn't mind us bringing them a few more reasons to celebrate.
What do you mean?
News of Rada al-Saran's death won't compare to the dead returning to life, but I'm sure Kadak will be relieved to hear it. You find the Ard and let him know there's nothing to fear from the Grey Host anymore. Tell him he has Verandis to thank.
Aren't you coming?
Why spoil the mood? I think I'm going to take a moment. I haven't done that since Fenorian and I arrived in the Reach.
Are you alright?
Just fine. Even the great Lyris Titanborn needs a rest sometimes. Don't tell anyone.
Your secret's safe with me, Lyris. I'm gonna quickly stop off and get my gear repaired before we continue, just because my gear has taken a massive beating lately. It really is time to get it fixed up before we proceed forward. Also, I think I might need to change it to something a little more fitting the occasion. Perhaps it's time to put on my suit. Because we're celebrating, so let's put on my suit. Let me see if I can find my suit. That's not what I'm looking for. Oh, I forgot I had this. There it is. Now we're looking all fancy in my wedding suit. Go ahead and sell off some of this extra stuff. People are celebrating. All the dead people on the streets are back to life. There's a random wolf walking around. That was weird. See, look, he's back alive and already sweeping the same spot again. These two are back alive. Yep. Sometimes the demonic chicken makes noises like, respect the demonic chicken. It's like, one day, I will be free of this chicken body. I will burn Markarth to the ground.
That's your doing, isn't it?
The Ard seems to think so. He'll want to see you. He's holding an audience in his war room right now.
Alright,
What's
I'm
this
off,
about
Brayden.
a war room? Ah, you're here too, Titanborn. You come with me. I have a message for your ears alone.
Fine. But if this is Caddock's idea of a joke, you won't find it funny.
Good luck, Lyris. Punch some teeth out if you need to.
We are agreed. If Eastern and Western Skyrim can put aside their differences in the face of the Grey Host, then the Reach can do so as well. Come forward, Freehand. No need to bow for the sake of kings.
Look, it's my friends, Prince Isknar, King Joran the Skald King, and Jarl Savannah of Solitude.
Thank the gods we have better matters to attend to than the deployment of troops and suspicions of treachery. For a man called Despot, the Ard is in an agreeable mood. But that's not your concern. It's good to see you once more.
What brings you and the Skald King to Markarth?
Truthfully, Sparna. When we learned that Markarth suffered an attack like the one you narrowly prevented in Solitude, she insisted that we offer aid. Ostensibly to stop the Grey Host. But it seems we're a bit late for that.
There may still be remains that pose a threat.
No doubt. They prove very skilled at keeping to the shadows and biding their time. Hunting them down will not be easy. But I feel that's not how best to make use of the opportunity we've been given.
What do you mean?
The Grey Host's greatest weapon against us was our mutual mistrust. They preyed on our suspicions and fears, used our division to pick us apart one by one. The best way to prevent that from happening again would be to build trust and cooperation.
So you formed an alliance?
An accord at least. It's a step in the right direction.
I wish you luck.
Trust takes time to build, but we must start somewhere. I couldn't have done it without Svanna. Svanna. Watching her put aside past differences between Eastern and Western Skyrim for the sake of her people has made quite an impression on me.
You seem to hold Savannah in high regard.
Well, yes, I do. She's a striking woman. A figure. Leader. She's won many hearts and minds in the short time she's been a Jarl. I think that speaks more to her esteem than my praise. Western Skyrim would do well to put her in charge.
Will your father allow another ruler to control the West?
He doesn't want another war on his hands, and the Western holds still desire their independence. Skyrim won't be united by force, but with more days like today, the province may one day be whole, no matter how many kings claim it.
We know this will be true until it gets sundered apart again by Ulfric.
We may be a divided nation, but in our hearts we're all Nords. I have faith that one day Skyrim will be whole once more.
What are you doing here, King Joran?
This business with the Grey Host is far from over. As long as Skyrim is threatened, I will be close by to lend a hand.
Still, this is far from your holdings.
The Reach is far from everyone's holdings. This Grey Host business started with me, though, and I always intended to see it through to the end. Thankfully, we prevailed this time.
Do you think Savannah is ready to become the ruler of Western Skyrim?
I do. She's an impressive young woman. Is Western Skyrim ready for Svanna? That's the more pertinent question. Solitude shuns the outside world, while Svanna reaches for it. We'll have to see how that works out in the end.
Are you here to take over the Reach?
I have no desire to replace the despots. Haven't these people suffered enough? In any event, my forces are stretched too thin to take on much more. If the people request help, however, I will put whatever resources I can at their disposal.
Why are you so willing to help people who consider you their enemy?
Sure, Spoons. Why does everyone insist on seeing ulterior motives behind every kind act? Can't a king just be a nice person? Look, someone has to extend the hand of friendship before it can be grasped. Besides, helping the Reach helps all of Skyrim.
Very fair. Oh, Savannah! It's good to see you again, my friend.
You seem more comfortable standing among kings and jarls than I do. Then again, you always did. It's good to see you again.
What brings you to the Reach?
Western Skyrim has begun to recover. With Fenn's elixir, our soldiers have been able to push back the Grey Host. I know the Reach has not been so fortunate. I persuaded Prince Ernskar and the Skald King to offer our support.
What do you plan to do?
I expected we'd be sending soldiers, but by the time we arrived, the people were dancing in the streets. I always heard stories of the City of Stone being a dark place where flint-hearted Reachmen worship strange gods. It's not so different from home.
How are things in Western Skyrim?
The people seem happier than I've ever seen, in spite of all our hardships. I wasn't the only one living under my father's shadow, apparently. I can't come and go as I please, but the Blue Palace is lively as any tavern with Mog around.
You brought Mog to the palace?
Made him my royal taster. I don't think the thought of being poisoned even crossed his mind, but he seems happy so long as the food and drink keeps coming. Unofficially, he's also the jester, but don't tell him I said so.
Officially, he's also the jester, but don't tell him I said so. My lips are sealed. That was a strange pose there, Reewish. What are you doing? Ardcatic.
If you'd said only yesterday I'd play host to Nord rulers from across all Skyrim, I'd have told you the dead would live again before that happened. And here we are.
Dave.
A day of miracles. Tell me truthfully, you had a hand in all this,
I killed Rada Alsaron and Verandis, restore the lives lost to the Dark Heart.
Alas, the monster that nearly brought my lands to ruin has paid the price for his wrongs. I could ask no more, and yet that which was taken has been returned as well. Where is Count Ravenwatch? If he thinks to escape my gratitude...
Verandis had to stay behind to return the souls of your people.
Then, his name and deeds echo these halls for as long as I sit upon the throne, which will be a while yet, thanks to you both. And so long as these Nords are good to their word. I've no idea what peace is like, but I'm eager to find out.
What sort of agreement have you reached with the Nords?
We treat for peace. Our battles with the Grey Host have ravaged all our kingdoms and peoples. We each seek to rebuild and recover. Perhaps we'll do so together. At least we'll keep out of each other's way. Before we proclaim, I have a favor to ask.
What do you need?
I've need of a counselor. In spite of her treachery, Lady Boleyn was a canny advisor. I need that again now, more than ever. Tell the witch, Arana, that I will offer her my ear, if she will share her wisdom. I hear she's recently arrived to my keep.
So you're making peace with Arana too?
I suppose so. Can't just lop off her head after she got it back. Wouldn't do for morale. Unless she's determined to keep up her fight with me. I'm willing to put the past to rest. Besides, I already made peace with the rest of the rebels.
So what are your plans for Markarth now that there's peace?
It's a worthy holdfast, but not so much a city. I would have the land worked, the stone repaired, and the markets expanded. But these are not things my kin have much knowledge in, but perhaps the Nords will share their trade for the right price.
Tell me your thoughts about the other rulers here.
Well, they're a fair lot more agreeable than the she-wolf you travel with. Have the sense to show deference to a king in his own hall. Though I heard funny words from Lady Boleyn for one lifetime. The fat one thinks himself a poet.
Hey, he is the Skald King. He is a poet.
Skald King. Nonsense. Every now and then comes a king of his kind. One who makes stirring pronouncements and promises that his court must struggle to keep. His grand words lack guile, so I'll wager he can be trusted.
What do you think about Jarl Savannah?
The past would tell me to hate Svargrim's well with all my vigor. We've battled and bled for more generations than I can count with her ilk. But this fledgling speaks plain and honest. When she talks of new beginnings, I believe her.
What about Prince Iskar?
I heard Yoren sired the boy when he was young, but looking at the pair, I have a hard time saying who's father and who's whelp. Ernskar seems shrewd and dutiful, but his father casts a long shadow. A wide one, too.
Alright, let's go talk to Arana on his behalf. Speaking of Arana.
My ears are burning. Is that my name on the wind?
Yep, she knows.
Not even this gloomy old stone keep can dampen my spirits. My dreams hold true. Markarth is alive with joy. But you didn't approach to listen to me. What is it you wanted?
Ardkatic wants to know if you're willing to become his new counselor.
I'm barely foot to stone and he's clamoring for my attention. I had no mind to stand by a throne when I first started my journey. Now, here we are. The Reach has suffered so much. I want to help restore the land. Aye, I'll serve.
I'll give him your reply.
I can speak for myself. You have more important matters to attend to. There's a friend who's journeyed a long way to thank you personally for all you've done. 'Twould be rude to keep him waiting.
Alright, where can I find them?
There's an out-of-the-way chamber in the rear of the keep where you can meet. Now, I should find the Ard and make sure he thinks before he speaks.
Can you tell me more about this friend you want me to meet?
I can, but I won't. I'm enjoying the suspense. Off with you.
I'll be honest, when she first mentioned a friend, I was like, has Tharn come back? But I was sadly disappointed. I mean, I wasn't disappointed completely, but it wasn't Tharn, so. Oops, that's the wrong way.
I'm sorry to have kept you waiting, my friend. Do forgive my ghastly appearance.
Yeah, he no longer looks like Jon
I
Snow.
spoke too soon when I bade you a final farewell. I'm glad to have the opportunity to see you again, my friend. None of this would have been possible without you.
Yeah, what he did took a great toll on his body. I thought you had to stay behind.
As did I. When I took hold of the Darkstorm's power, I believed it would be the last thing I ever did. It was a force no mortal hands should wield. Still, with it, I was able to draw the souls out of the Dark Heart, return them to where they belonged.
Okay, what was that? Was that how you made it back?
No. As the last of the Dark Heart's power ebbed away, I should have been trapped in Rodda's sanctuary realm. But I was forced out. Pushed, I'd say. I fell into the darkness of the slumbering heart. Then I emerged from it, like a moth from a cocoon.
It was the Dark Heart. When he used the power to bring back the dead, it had such a toll on his body, it caused his hair to lose its pigment. As well as changing his eyes and some other parts of him, so these changes are probably permanent. How so?
My soul became part of the Dark Heart, smelted inextricably into the fabric of its existence. So long as it remains dormant, its hold over me is tolerable. But I am bound to it nonetheless.
What will you do now?
If I am to be wed to this power, then I must ensure that it never gets used again. For that to happen, both the heart and I must fade into obscurity. House Ravenwatch will carry on without me. Arana will send them here to receive the news soon.
I see. And this is why you can't go into Deepfolk Crossing, Joe, in Skyrim, because Verandis has sealed the entrance, and there's no way to get inside. He makes sure it's impossible to access the Dark Heart.
I have no regrets. You gave me the opportunity to reckon with my past and pay penance. This journey has brought closure to the life of Count Verandis Ravenwatch. I have a fresh start. As do we all. The kings are soon to speak. You should be there.
Well, will I see you again?
I have no idea what the future holds, but you seem to be the axis upon which this world turns. If it still has some use for me, I'm sure our paths will cross again. Until then, my friend.
Yeah, he does kind of look like a
Arana said
Targaryen
they'd
now.
be this way. Come on.
Father,
You... They said you were gone.
I was, and I will be again. We have much to discuss, but I will not be returning to House Ravenwatch.
But... who will...
You three have no more need of a guardian. It's time I put the future of the Ravenwatch in your hands.
But you'll still visit, right?
Every chance I get.
First, we'll talk to Adusa.
Adusa heard that Verandis had been imprisoned in the void, but he's here. Forgive me. This one is glad to see you, Five Claw. Your help at Ridgewind Depths was much appreciated. Without your assistance, Cathad would still be in the deep tombs.
Are you ready to lead the Ravenwatch?
There was a time when this one felt more like a nursemaid than compatriot to those two. But Gwendis and Fenorian are no longer helpless kittens. Count Verandis need not worry. Adusa stands firm. House Ravenwatch will endure.
Without Verandis, what will happen to the Ravenwatch?
House Ravenwatch has a long and noble tradition. This one will run the estate in Count Verandis' absence. She has done so before. As for the Ravenwatch, our work will continue. Gwendis is coming into her own, and Fenorian shows promise.
What about Cathard, or Cathad? Cathard?
Cathad has much training to complete before he can take his place as a fully functional member of the Ravenwatch. Oh, he has the skills and the proper outlook, but he needs time to hone those abilities and learn our methods. He will work out well.
Alright, well, we're done with Adusa. Gwendis next.
Here and gone, here and gone. It's cruel to play with a girl's heart like this.
Aww.
But I'm glad Verandis kept his promise. Ugh, I'm having too many feelings right now.
Aw, poor Gwendis. How do you feel about leading the Ravenwatch?
Great, terrible, everything in between. I've waited so long for Verandis to stop hovering over my shoulder. But I never thought it'd be because he's not around. I realized something, though, when you and Lyris told me he wasn't coming back.
Oh?
I can't shed tears for him. It's not what he needs from me. He needs someone to carry on after him. To do the work he can't anymore. So that's what I'll do. Keep his legacy alive. Somebody has to keep tabs on all those pesky vampires.
Let me know if the Ravenwatch needs my assistance again.
Don't think it's just Verandis I expect to visit. It'd be nice bumping into you somewhere other than a moldy cavern once in a while. Castle Ravenwatch is always open to you. It's not like we have a shortage of guest rooms.
I'll remember that.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to give Verandis an earful. I think I heard the Ard calling for you when we were talking to Arana. They're making some proclamation in the audience chamber. Better not miss your accolades.
See, they really missed out on an opportunity. They should have given the player an apartment in Castle Ravenwatch, where upgraded versions of these characters can show up and talk to you, and like after the event. The problem is that if you go to Castle Ravenwatch even after completing this quest line, they're still the base game versions of the characters, so they don't have any knowledge of this entire event, which is really disappointing and does not make me want to go back to Castle Ravenwatch. Fenorian.
I don't know what I expected when Arana said there was someone waiting to see us, but I thought he was gone. I don't think there's anything left that could surprise me today. Forget I said that.
It's tip bait. You seem troubled.
No, I don't mean to give the wrong impression. It's all just a bit much. Maybe I should sit down. Did he really say he wants us to take over the Raven Watch?
He did.
Right. I didn't imagine it. The truth is, we were already considering the future of the Raven Watch after you returned without Verandis. It seems that will bear further discussion. But I believe that the circumstances are different.
Dark wings, dark words. Well, I mean, they're both Corvids, so I don't know if it actually makes much of a difference. You're fine. Sorry, stuck on Game of Thrones. Yeah, I think I've got up to either the end of season 4 or season 5. I don't remember which one for sure. You'll all do fine, I'm sure.
Your endorsement gives me confidence. Though we were hoping you'd consider joining our ranks, officially. Given everything you've done for the Raven Watch, it only seems right that we consider you one of our own. That is, if you want.
I'm honored to be the first non-vampire member of House Ravenwatch.
Welcome to the Raven Watch. I suppose that makes me your superior now. I'll try not to let it go to my head. I actually have your first assignment, if you're ready.
Don't make me shove my staff where the sun doesn't shine, Fenorian. Actually, well, technically your entire body's where the sun doesn't shine. Because you don't like going out in the sun. But alright, what's my assignment?
You're to endure as much of the cheer and praise as the Ard and his people can heap upon you. And you're to have absolutely nothing to do with evil vampires for at least, I don't know, a day? Think you can manage that, recruit?
I hate you so much right now, Fenorian. I can.
Remember, you're representing House Ravenwatch now. Consider this a diplomatic mission. I believe the Ard was calling for you when we spoke to Arana. He was headed to the audience chamber with the other rulers, last I saw.
Alright, I'm headed that way now.
I thought you might enjoy a welcome surprise for once, Snow Lily.
Oh, sigh. You always know how to... Oh, hello, partner.
I have terrible timing, apparently.
Thank you again for agreeing to help Lyris and I with our little problem. It seems there is always trouble that needs fixing, but it's good to find a moment for celebration now and again.
Am I interrupting?
What? No, never. We're always welcome in our company. Good companions are hard to find. Don't let us keep you from your moment of honor, though. There will be plenty of time to share stories after all the accolades.
Okay, Sai.
Sai and I were just talking about the Ashen Lord, and, well, a few other topics came up. Nothing that bears mentioning. Of course, that bears mentioning, Sai. Look, partner, you understand, right?
Look, partner, you understand, right? Was the message earlier from him?
Braden said there was a mysterious Red Guard looking for me. The way he said it, my first thought was Rada al-Saran found his way back too. But no, just Sai trying to surprise me. I punched him extremely hard.
Yeah, Joe, be prepared for this when you play Sai Sahan, because Lyris is gonna punch you. Will you two be traveling together?
Skyrim is a nice place to visit, but I need to see what's over the horizon. And yes, I think that Sai wants to go with me. The Skull King can spare me for a while. Besides, he owes me. Where will we go? Somewhere far away. Maybe back to Skingrad.
Maybe I'll see you there in 2021. Safe travels then.
People like us can't stay out of trouble very long. So let's share a few casks of mead while things are quiet. Oh, Caddock's looking for you. He and the other rulers want to make some big announcement. I'll be along in a moment.
Have you met with Savannah or Skull King Jorn?
I haven't, but I'm sure you can keep them busy for a while longer. Right, partner? Sai and I still have a few dents to bang out of my armor.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I get what you mean. I'll go see about this announcement that they are making. You know, she says this, but she's at the announcement, so don't really understand what the purpose of saying this was. It's not like she misses the announcement. She can get Sai to finish denting that quick. I mean, that's not something to brag about, I don't think, is it? Hey,
Well
Brandon.
met, Harrier. Too many people here for my liking, but I guess it's understandable. We've seen some dark days of late, but it's good to see the sun come out again.
Friend, I'm happy to see you. News of what you did for the Reach brought joy to me, and to Modern as well.
What have you been up to?
I've been preparing for the wedding. The Chief of Chiefs and the Clan Chiefs agree it'll happen within the season. Modern and I have grown closer than ever. Though sometimes I worry about him.
Why is that?
I think breaking his word to Tristan still weighs heavy on him. Though I hear she's found a new love already, Modern still worries. I do my best to comfort him. It's easier now that our clans aren't feuding as much as they used to anyway.
Outsider, you are an inspiration. What you did for this land, its people, I can scarce fathom it.
What have you been up to?
My wedding to Eslin will be within the season, so I'm told. I've also been helping my father settle the peace terms between the Eagle Seers and my clan. I've kept myself quite busy.
Have you spoken with Dersine?
A bit. She's still hurt, but she told me she understands why I made the choice that I did. I think we both realize our lives will be better for it, and not just because of the peace between the Six Fords and the Eagle Seers.
Yeah, goodbye. Alright, and
It's a grand occasion you've delivered us to, Outsider. I'm glad Madonna and I could be a part of it.
how are the Hill Hunters?
Free and safe, thankfully. After the trouble with the Thorn Roots, we found shelter in the mountains. Now, it seems that it's safe for us to return to the lowlands. And I'm passing on to Madonna what knowledge I can. She is ready to lead.
Friend, you've done more for me people than most Reachmen know. You've changed my view of Outlanders, that's for sure and certain.
How are you doing?
I think the spirits are smiling on us once more. The Thorn Roots have given my clan no more trouble. And I'm thankful. Father thinks it's time I take up more of the leadership of the clan. So he's teaching me the ways. Ugh, I hope I'm ready.
Finally, a moment to pause and reflect. You've a great deal to reflect upon, too. You stopped the Grey Host, restored life to Markarth's dead, saved Tamriel from certain peril. That's a rather long list of accomplishments, I must say.
What have you been up to since we last spoke?
Since the incident with Pithis, I've focused on applying myself to my studies. My fellow Psijics never faulted me for what happened. They've been nothing but supportive. So much so, in fact, that they've asked me to consider taking an apprentice. Me.
Well, that's pretty good.
Is what they are saying true? That the last of the Grey Host is truly dead?
Yes, Red Al-Saran was destroyed along with those who returned from Cold Harbor.
Then you have the Pyre Watch's eternal gratitude. I must return their stolen remains to the unhallowed grave, and bury them deeply enough to be forgotten by all but my order. Once it is rebuilt.
Have you had any luck recruiting?
No. Some of those defending the Bankerai garrison showed interest, but most of them were only seeking a less hazardous post. The Pyre Watch has no need of layabouts and cowards. We must be eternally vigilant. Perhaps I will try Kvatch next.
And there's another hint to where we're going in the next chapter. So you could ask the Raven Watch.
My ancestors must be burying their heads on the far shores at that suggestion. Vampires would be better suited to this eternal vigil than we mortals. But it is our duty. Still, we have similar goals to the Raven Watch. Perhaps a partnership would do.
Can't hurt to ask.
Yes, well, It would be ungrateful of me to go without giving my thanks to Fenorian again. If his fellows are as honorable, then introductions may be in order.
Yeah, these three all have the exact same dialogue, so there's no point in talking to them again. They say the exact same things. Oh.
In all my years, I have neither seen nor heard of such a miracle as you've delivered today. You must have sure gone bound with Mother Wolf for her to carry so many lost pups back here.
What are you doing here, Millen?
This old woman not important enough to merit an invitation, is that it? If you must know, Svanna asked me to counsel her on the Reach, but I'd have come whether I was invited or not. Can't trust such important matters to the likes of kings.
Yeah, gotta have the clever lady with us. Have you been to Markarth before?
That I have. Many times during the vast span of my life, though not in some years. The city never changes, only the occupants. Perhaps that will change now, should this peace hold.
Do you think it will?
I should think this whole affair taught you that nothing lasts forever. But it seems to me the people are ready for this peace. I don't think it will crumble easily so long as ambitious fools aren't permitted to chip away at it.
Yeah, that would be a problem. And Jarl Redhorn is here.
Never thought I'd set foot in Markarth except to conquer it. Strange times. Strange, but not entirely unpleasant. Still, I'll not get comfortable here. Too much dwarf workings and old stone. May as well live in a barrel.
How has Morthal fared since I left?
My hold endures, as we always have. Though we might not have weathered the Hera storms without that elixir Fenorian and old Njolin concocted. They still threaten the countrysides, but we can fight free of the fear that we'll be made monsters.
How are things with your daughter?
Better, much better. There's still a paw that hangs over her to the rest of the townsfolk. But at home we're beginning to feel more like a family again. She even smiles now and again. You've got enough arse-kissing to endure, but I'm grateful.
Believe me, I understand. Like, we saved your daughter from a fate worse than death.
It's good to see you, friend. It seems we of the Reach owe much to you.
How's Karthwasten?
Now that it's free of the vampire's pall, Karthwasten thrives.
Or Waston.
The Crow-Eye clan will always remember what you did for us.
You saved the Crow-Eye clan and now the Reach itself. I'm sorry I distrusted you. But in my defense, it's not every outsider that can wipe out an army of vampires and werewolves. You're different from outsiders. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Don't get any ideas, outsider. I'm still keeping my eye on you. So mind yourself.
Shaman.
The Crow-Eye once again have a reason to look at you in admiration, outsider.
How do the Crow-Eye fare?
Well, thank you. Karthwasten knows the favor of the Daedrons, and the air no longer reeks of the storm. Our home is at peace, as are we.
That's a bard. Is there anyone up here I need to speak to? Nope. Let's see. Is there anyone I have? Oh, there's.
You're the one who killed Rada al-Saran, who helped stop the Grey Host? I had no idea. You should have told me. You're a legend.
Is life in the Raven Watch everything you expected?
Hard to say. Adusa Daro has begun my training, but there's only so much we can accomplish out here in the Reach. She says we'll be heading to Rivenspire soon, so I can train in Ravenwatch Castle. And I met Gwendis and Fenorian. They welcomed me.
What do you think of Gwendis and Fenorian?
Adusa says they're my sister and brother now. Fenorian seems nice enough, if a little too scholarly for my taste. Gwendis, however, she's intense. None of my actual siblings ever looked at me the way she does. It's disconcerting.
She's probably just teasing you.
If you say so. Hopefully, once I prove myself, they'll accept me as a true member of the family. In the meantime, I'm trying to remember everything Adusa tells me. I want to make sure she never regrets coming to my aid. Or you either, my friend.
Alright, and we're almost done. We have to talk to this fine gentleman.
Salutations! Wherever you go, celebrations seem to follow. Even if this one is a bit peasantry. But not everyone can have the refined palate of a royal taster.
You seem different.
I believe the word you are looking for is refined. My boon companion is the Jarl of Solitude. I have to ensure everything served to her is of the highest quality. You'd be surprised at the sort of slop the Blue Palace chefs will put on her plate.
Slop?
For the future High Queen? Certainly. Usually I have to have 2 or 3 courses before they get it right. It's cost me 3 notches on my best belt, but that's a small price to pay for royalty. Speaking of, it's about time to inspect the kitchen.
I love Malg. I don't think they have anything new to say, do they?
Good work, partner. It's always a pleasure to fight by your side. Forgive me for saying this, but I hope we don't need to do that again for quite some time.
Have you met with Savannah?
I haven't.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
sure
no. We already talked about all this. Okay. And then Sai will probably say the same things too. Alright, let's get up here and talk
Finally,
to you.
the guest of honor has arrived. Let's have a word before we begin. Not a moment too soon. Kadak's eager to demonstrate that he's the equal of any Nord king. He hopes it will legitimize his claim as king of the Reach. He's not wrong, but he'd look more a fool if I weren't here to keep his temper on a leash.
Seems like you're already a helpful advisor.
That I am. It's a new dawn. For me, for Markarth, for the Reach. After all you've done to bring it back from the brink of oblivion. Putting up with Kadak's arse-headed notions is the least I can do to make sure it wasn't wasted effort.
Does that mean you're getting along?
Let's not stretch the bones of reason. There'll be no shortage of bickering and cursing in our future, but there's trust. So long as we both want what's best for the Reach, that'll do. Best to see him now. I can see him casting glares our way.
I'll speak with him.
Fair adventurers. Come and go as you please. Keep 3 kings and a jarl biding on their thumbs in a crowded hall. Suppose you've heard that right, Wolf. Here, everybody in this room wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you.
I did what I had to.
Simply put, I like that. In doing what needed doing, you brought all the crowns of Skyrim to one hall. You put the Grey Host back in the ground, and it gave us clear skies. At last, we can see where we must go. Take this with all our thanks. Free hands of Markarth, you long-suffering lot, I call my kin. We've survived another long night, darker than we've ever known. But we didn't endure it alone. Against the Grey Host we found unlikely allies, and put aside old grudges. Together, we not only survived, we flourished.
We owe these miracles to the efforts of all kinds. Reachmen, Nord, Vampire, Outlander. Heroes of every stripe. Let us follow their example. We have warred together. We celebrate together. Let us rebuild together.
From this day forward, we clash mugs instead of swords. Peace and prosperity to all our kingdoms. Cheers to the heroes of Skyrim.
Let us remember them with song and drink. We, the children of Skyrim, we shall endure.
And that's it. That is the end of the Dark Heart of Skyrim series. There's no one else to talk to, and we are going to take our leave. I'd like to thank everyone who's tuned in during the Dark Heart of Skyrim series this year. From everyone who showed up for the prologue quest, for everyone who showed up during Greymoor, and everyone who showed up during Markarth. especially Markarth. We've had the biggest showing that we've had in my run as this character ever. Probably on any of my streams, actually, we've had the biggest run of people. So I just want to thank you if you showed up. If you did, this is where the stream is going to end for this week. Next week, we're going to be back in Orsinium, and we're going to continue the Orsinium storyline. I have to get that done before the prologue quest for next year comes up, because one of the characters involved with that is important to the is important in the Orsinium quest lines. I got to get that knocked out. And then I'll do some research to make sure there isn't any other quests I need to do, just to make sure those are all straightened up. The other thing I wanted to mention is that I am working on setting up my social platform as an author, and I have connected that link page to this Twitch. So in my profile there is a link if you want to check it out. I am working on writing a fantasy novel. It doesn't officially have a title yet. I'm still working on the title. But it's a fantasy novel about coming of age and the adventure of the two main characters. If you want to check that out, I do have the first character profile posted on the page for the male main character, and I will soon be having the female main characters posted probably within the next day or so. Anyways, I want to thank you for watching if you did, and I hope to catch you next week as we continue the Orsinium DLC. My name is Steven, aka Storm, and thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.